What is going on? We are live. I'm here with my lovely wife, Jamie. She is also an American teacher. I teach English. She teaches something called health and PE. But we are here to answer your questions about learning English or American culture. Jamie, welcome to the channel. Would you like to say anything before we get started?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's nice to be here again with everyone and with you.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think hopefully we will be here for about an hour. We will be here as long as the internet lasts. The last two times I have gone live, the internet forced me to end the stream earlier than I would like. But for the next hour, we will take your questions. Feel free to leave them in the chat. A couple of people I would like to say hello to. Mega is here. She is from India.
Hello, good morning.
Chris, what is going on?
Hi,
Welcome.
Chris.
Dennis, how are you?
Hi, Dennis.
So as we wait for questions, I'll ask you a question. Jamie tends to speak a little more quickly, which will be good to help you with your English listening skills. But I'm wondering, we are a little over halfway through the summer, and we both do not have to work in the summer. Can you give us a rating so far, 1 to 10, on how your summer has been?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm going to give it, summer's always good, right? Because you don't have to work. There's not really a schedule. So I give that a 10, like not having to have a schedule, just being able to do things usually when you want, a couple of appointments here and there. But the summer's a little bit crazy for just a couple of different reasons. We have 2 children who are going to be leaving our house in September, so getting them ready for that. It just hasn't. You obviously having your hair transplant, haven't been able to be outside as much. So, so it's been good. It's been good. I love not having like a planned, like get up, do this, do that, and just do what I want.
So on a scale of 1 to 10,
I'll give it a 6.
7,
Yeah,
6?
6 to 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just by simply not working, that
That's
gives
a 10,
us some
yeah.
points, right?
Yeah.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about students.
Yep.
Chris has a question.
Hi, Chris.
Which one is true? What's your height or how tall are you? Both will work.
Right.
I would probably say, how tall are you? Yeah, and be careful, especially for guys. If they are a little short, you know, in the United States, I think we talk about physical features less often than other cultures. Canada, too. We don't talk about how somebody looks all that much. So I would be careful if you're talking to someone in the United States and one of your first questions is, how tall are you? Because I don't know. What do you think for women? It's not as
Height, I don't think is unless they're super, super tall. I mean, people know if they're super short or super tall. So asking them that is kind of like just pointing out the obvious. Yeah, it's like asking a woman how far along she is if she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Or when she's due. You don't do it.
Never do that. Earlier, before we came on, I was watching some volleyball, women's volleyball, Poland against Japan. And there was a woman on the Polish team who was 6'8". I don't know what that is in meters. Most of the other countries in the world measure in meters. We say feet and inches, but she was 6'8", which is
tall,
incredibly tall for anyone, but especially a woman. Argentina is in the house. Welcome. Filippo, benvenuto. How are you?
Good morning.
All right, Chad. Really? Chad is in the house. Trying to think of the capital of Chad. Starts with an N with an apostrophe, but I can't remember. All right, so we got a question from Dennis. Hello. What do you enjoy more, a vacation with your loving wife in Brazil or a solo trip to Europe? Choose carefully. That is a tough choice. Both are great. I like, obviously, if I see something cool, I am at that stage in my life where I want my wife to see that as well. But there is a tremendous amount of freedom when you're on your own. Like, I'm just going to go here, I'm going to go there. When I was in Europe, I probably did some things that maybe Jamie wouldn't have liked as much. I stayed in a hostel, like very cramped space, save some money that way. I love saving money. So, Brazil was beautiful,
Mm.
but I think a nice balance. Some trips I take by myself where I can just focus on filming, getting a lot of content, and then others where we have that balance. I think it's always more difficult to film with somebody else. Even my wife, it's easy just put the camera on me but I don't know. What do you like better, when I go away by myself or when you come with me?
Obviously, I like to travel. I do not think I would like staying in a hostel, especially if it wasn't air conditioning or if it was not clean.
Ooh, yeah, there was one rough one. I just left. It'll come out in a few weeks, but yeah, there was a hostel in Turkey. I had to leave. So hot.
I love to sightsee, but I also love to relax. And sometimes I think Brent has a hard time relaxing, especially if there's things to see or if he feels like he should be filming. So then I feel bad that we're just relaxing. So yeah.
I think Brazil was a nice balance though, because we were there for 10 days. So maybe a quarter of the time and a quarter of the time being sick. So that last part, I got sick and then you got sick on the way home. But so Z is wondering, are your kids going to college? How time flies. We do say that a lot in English, how time flies, when you don't realize, like, just a year ago, it seems like our kids were babies. And now, well, we do have one full grown adult.
Yep.
And one will be legally an adult next year.
Yep.
So would you like to talk a little bit about
sure.
kids' journey in the fall?
Yep. So we do have one going to college, and then we have one that's returning to high school. He attends high school out of state. So he's not too hard. Boys are much easier to get ready. Our daughter, just getting her ready to go of the things that she needs. So one is going to high school out of state and one is going to college in state, close to us. So yeah, one in college and then one in high school still.
Yeah, for 2 more years, he will be in high school.
Yep.
All right. Bangladesh is in the house. Mexico is in the house.
Hola.
And when I say in the house, that is slang, meaning like, oh, they are here with us. Freddie, this looks like a chat. A question. Whether you are tall or short, the important thing is that your feet reach the ground. That's very important.
Yes.
That's very important.
Any day above ground is a good day.
It is a good day. If you would like to put a Q in front of your question, that will help us find it. But I think we have a question here from Shea. Which is cheaper to do, hair transplanting in Turkey or in the U.S.? Well, in the U.S., it can get expensive depending on what you want to have done. I have heard that it is $10,000 to $12,000 US for what I had done. Now, they offered to pay. I did not have to pay for the hair transplant. And in return, I let people know where I got my hair transplant. If you want to check out the description, there is a link. Are you looking at it now? There is a link to Cab Health. Mention my name, Brent, and you will get 10% off. For the procedure that I had done, I believe it was $4,000 to $5,000 US. So about half the price to go to Turkey or to go to the United States. I did my research. Turkey is one of the best places to get your hair transplant because they do so many. The clinic that I was at, they do 6 to 7 a week. So sometimes they do more than one. And it was an amazing process, I thought. They took really good care of me. Right. Marcelo,
Hello.
greetings from Argentina. Welcome. Dennis looks like he has another question. Thank you for the questions. Keep them coming, please. All right. You told us about whoopie pies. Yeah. Moxie, wicked. Sometimes in Maine, if something is really good, we might say it's wicked good, but that's pretty much only in Maine. Could you share some more Maine slang? Is it okay that if I say you are cunning, that it means cute couple? Yeah, for cunning, I think of like older people saying like, "Oh, isn't that
I
cunning?"
never use that
No,
word. No,
cunning.
I don't. Yeah.
It does mean cute, and it's probably like little babies, little animals, like a puppy could be cunning. And maybe a Maine thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I never use it.
But it definitely does like mean like small and cute. So I mean, I wouldn't be offended, Dennis, if you said we are a cunning couple. It's hard to say though, cunning couple. All right. And feel free if you want to move in a little bit. No, it's all right. Keep moving over. Yeah. So what is some other Maine slang? We don't have that much, do we?
I'm not originally from here, so I mean, wicked. I don't know. I'm so used to hearing middle school slang that I think all the kids that age say in the United States. So,
if you watch any of the videos with my brother, he might say some Maine slang.
Yeah.
He has a bit of a thicker Maine accent than I have, just because I've been teaching and I've tried to lose that Maine accent. But
it's a good question, but I just don't have a good answer for it.
No. I'll have to, maybe we can do a video on that. We'll have to listen to some people around us. Adem. All right, yeah, he's right. You can see on the plane many guys take their hair transplants. Yeah, so I flew home on Turkish Airlines. Turkish Airlines. Great airline, by the way. But some people will joke it's Turkish Hairlines because you will see men with bandages. There were at least 3 or 4 other people besides me. I know 4 other people.
But I saw at least 3. Yeah. Plus you. Yep.
So I know that 2 guys were together, and I think they made it like a guy's trip. So they both went in together to have it done. But I didn't talk to him. I made eye contact with one of the guys as I was entering the plane. He was already sitting down, and I did a little gesture to him, like, and he acknowledged. Yeah. A question. When you pronounce y'all, you say y'all, right? Y'all. Yeah. Yeah, that's more probably of a Southern thing, but I've started saying it more. I feel like I'm doing too much talking too. Would you like to take over?
I mean, no. Yep. Y'all. That's how you say it. I think it's plural, or I don't know, it's for you all. So.
Yeah, we don't have a great plural you in English. Like French has a very distinct plural you. Italian does. So it depends on what part of the country you're in. You might hear you guys. You might hear yous guys. You might hear y'all or you all or just simply you. Okay, I don't know exactly what that says, but I do know it says privyet, which is hello in Russian. Hey, Turkey. Turkey is in the house. Do you guys go to the beach in the summer there in Maine? Jamie loves the beach. So this is a perfect question for her.
I do. We usually go to the beach quite a bit, but we haven't so much because Brent can't be in the sun with the hair transplant.
I can now. I can now.
So we actually went on Friday for a little bit for a walk, had some candy. We didn't get fries because we did. We went to the donut place where he and Bob went in the video while Bob was here. Had some great donuts. Did a little shopping. So I will probably go this week to spend the day at the beach. I like to go and read, take a nap, go on a few walks, people watch. Brent's not so much of a beach person, so I usually go and spend the day.
But I did put
reading.
up a picture on the community tab of us at the beach when we went. And I will have a members video about that day because we did do a few things. Got those donuts. Talk about a couple new flavors. One of them was
Very
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy donut. All right, Mexico. Andreas, welcome. What do you recommend when having an English meeting or conversation with native English speakers? It's a good question.
Very good question.
One thing I would say is your English is probably better than you think. Because this year in 2024, I have met five subscribers. And every time it seemed people were nervous, like, oh, my English isn't that great. And I don't think Sita, though. Sita, I think, was pretty confident with her English, and she's very good. But I think your English is probably better than you think. So don't feel like you have to apologize, and always know that you know English and another language. The native English speaker probably just knows English. So hopefully whoever you speak to, they will be patient, give you time to think, because it is difficult speaking in a different language. Yulia's here. Hello.
Hello.
Mega. How many settings? Oh, okay. So how many settings did it take for my hair transplant? One long one. It was about an 8-hour surgery. And so in the morning, they were taking hair from the back of my head. And in the afternoon, they were taking that hair and putting it on the top of my head. Now, my hair has been falling out up here. It's supposed to. And within a couple months, it will be nice and full. It will be amazing. I'm going to have really long hair. I might braid it. I might wear it in a ponytail. It's going to be amazing. Thanks, Mega, for the question.
It's like soft baby hair right now.
Uzbekistan is in the house.
Tashkent.
Cool. Tashkent is a place I would love to visit. Ecuador. Again, I would love to visit Ecuador. Chris has a question. We are having no trouble keeping up with the questions. And Chris, Dennis, thank you. Yes. Ask as many questions as you would like, and we will try to answer them. Political question.
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jamie normally wears glasses, but there's a glare, so I will read it. Okay. Question. If Kamala Harris wins the presidential election, her husband will be called first gentleman, correct? Yes, correct. I think I just did a video about that, an English lesson. Yeah. What is her husband's name? I forgot.
Doug, I think.
Is it Doug?
Doug.
Amoff?
Maybe? I don't know his last name, but I know his first names. It's not a very, Douglas. I'm sure it's Douglas. So.
Yeah. But yeah, he will be the first gentleman. The first ever first gentleman this country will have if Kamala Harris wins. And I am pronouncing her name correctly. It's Kamala. You might hear other people say it differently, but that is the correct pronunciation. All right, Shea, question. Do you have to go to school when it's the summer holiday?
No, I do have to go in a couple of weeks for a day for a training, but we do not have to go in the summer. We are not paid in the summer, so we are off.
And you did a little work while I was in.
I did. I ran a summer camp, but I was paid for that. So, yep, I ran a sports camp for a week. So,
little extra money.
Yep.
Just searching through the chat here. You know our capital. Oh, you know our capital city. Yeah, in Uzbekistan. Yeah, Tashkent. I would love to visit. I would love to visit the architecture there. There's a big mosque downtown. Looks beautiful. Very ancient city. I believe it was part of the Silk Road. So yeah, lots of history there. Filippo, what's going on? Hey, I jumped your question. I thought we were doing so well looking for questions. Can you put it in again, Filippo, and we will answer it. Look at this. Michael, he's from Germany. Thank you so much for being a channel member. Okay. Question. I've heard someone say that it scared the bejeebers out of them. What does that mean? Yeah, you scared the bejeebus out of me? The bejeebers out of me?
I think it's just slang for like a swear word, a nicer way to say a swear word.
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, native English speakers will say that you scared the bejeebus out of me, or you scared the bejeebers out of me.
Yeah.
Funny word there. All right. Question. Usman, have you been in Africa? No, I haven't yet. I've been in, I have not visited Africa or Australia or Antarctica. But I don't know. Maybe one day. I would love to visit Kenya, part of Africa. One day, hopefully. Dennis, another question. Thank you. What is an unusual habit that you have or an unusual thing that you own? Good question. Get rid of that on the screen. Would you like to go first? Do you have an unusual habit?
I don't. Do I?
I don't think so. I can go first while
Okay.
you're thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, pretty plain people.
Yeah, one thing that I do that annoys a lot of people, and luckily after being together for almost 30 years, doesn't bother you too much. But as a drummer, I can see my drums over there. I do tap a lot. I do constantly tap on things. I shake my leg a lot, you know. And I learned this week, I hope it's true, that you can burn a lot of calories just by tapping. So I don't know. I'm going to continue to do it because I can't stop. And also now I think it's part of my exercise routine.
Oh.
Because I don't have an exercise routine.
We're also lucky in this house. I yawn a lot. I think that's
true.
something that annoys him.
That's true.
Just yawning.
Yawning.
Like when I wake up, like from a nice sleep, or if I'm tired at night and I yawn, you would prefer that I hold it in. That's my annoying habit.
Yeah, because when I wake up, I kind of get out of the bed like ready to go. So I get mad at myself when I yawn. I get mad at my body.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I know I can't help it, but I'm like, oh, stop yawning. And a lot of times I will talk my body out of yawning. Yeah, I'll give myself like
I have better things to do.
All right. Hey, Brent, I am from Kurdistan. Have you heard about Kurdistan? Oh, yes, I have heard about Kurdistan. It's in northern Iraq, right? The Kurdish people, I think, are the largest group of people without their own country. So parts of Syria, parts of Turkey, parts of Iran, the Kurds, great people, help the United States get rid of ISIS. So yeah, on my way back from getting my hair transplant in Turkey, there was a woman from Kurdistan, and also at the hotel that I stayed in at Istanbul, it was owned by a Kurdish family. So yeah, Kurds, big fan, big fan. Filippo, how are you? There's your question. Oh, what about your trip in Italy? You're not mentioning it anymore. Erased? No, I wouldn't think so. I feel like I'm talking too much, but
I don't really know where we. I don't know how to answer that because I don't know where we stand with it.
Well, my goal is winter of 2026. Visit Milano for the Winter Olympics. That would be my goal. So 2026 Milan during our February vacation. Hopefully it will work out. I will be 50 at that point. So hopefully for my 50th birthday, we can go to Italy. Hopefully. Long ways away, but that's the plan. All right. Let's see. Something fuzzy on the microphone. Mega says, "Our people love your culture, dressing, cutting your hair short." Yeah, I don't mind it. I might keep it short. Get a hair transplant and then just keep it short. No, I have to grow it out, but it is nice. I don't have to take care of it much. Just a quick wash. It's good
It
stuff.
could be a little longer.
Yeah. All right. Rashawn, thank you so much for being a channel member.
Thank you.
I am well. Thank you. All right, Kuzman. Or Uzman, sorry. I don't have my glasses on either. Uzman. What is a secret? Ooh, okay. This is deep. What is the secret for a long-term relationship with your partner?
Don't yawn.
That would help. That would help. What do you think is the secret?
I mean, we have a lot of fun together, joking
Mhm.
around. Sense of humor is big in our house. We do a lot of things together, but we do a lot of things not together. So there's that. We don't have a lot of the same interests, but we have a couple of things that we like to do. We're very different from each other in some ways. Respect, kindness.
Yeah, I would say flexibility
Yep.
too, because I'm not the same person I was at 20. She's not the same person she was at 19 when we met. So you're supposed to change, right? You're not supposed to stay the same person. So if you can be flexible as each of you grow together and understand that you are going to change a little bit. And I think having different interests is good.
Yep.
So yeah, it's hard. I think it's hard. 30 years almost together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like not a lot of people can do it. Not a lot of couples can stay together. So I don't know.
Yep.
We still enjoy, like you said, being together.
Mm-hmm.
Beach days. Sometimes I'll do my thing. Sometimes she'll do her thing. So yeah, I wish. I think it's hard because not a lot of people do it. So I wish we had better tips, but
Yep.
yeah, it's tough. Find that right
Yeah.
one.
Yep. Don't
Yeah.
settle.
Yeah, don't settle. I think you settled a little bit. In English, when you settle, that means like, nothing better is going to come along. So I guess I'll just marry this guy. So maybe Jamie settled a little bit. All right, Brigitte, could you do a lesson about small talk with international guests in a company? It could be.
It's
It's a
a
good
great
idea.
idea.
Yeah, I think having conversation on camera is important. You hear other people speak. So, yeah, we'll try that. Oh my gosh. No. Rashawn, have I been to Nepal? No. I would love to.
Yep.
One of my favorite YouTubers is named Harold Balder, and he goes to Nepal quite a bit. He's trekked a trail called Langtang. So it looks fun. It looks dangerous, the hiking,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, Kathmandu seems like a fun yet busy city. Filippo, look at that.
Oh,
Thank you so much. I have a little something for you. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat.
Right. It's a good time to take a sip of water when the super chat comes through. Thank you, Filippo. Thank you so much. And it looks like he has to go to work. Maybe work, but he has to leave. Hopefully he's going to the beach with his family.
Yes.
Maybe he doesn't work on Sunday.
Have fun.
Whoa, hang on. I'm not going to say that word because, YouTube might get mad, but you can read it there. So there's something on Netflix called That.
Yep.
And what do you think? Is it useful for my English? I've never seen the show.
Haven't either.
It hasn't even, we've got Netflix now, suddenly, mostly crime shows that show up, right? But what I always say, I'll just take that off the screen, but if you find that television show interesting and you are understanding most of what is happening, absolutely. If you need to put the subtitles on because the English is a little too hard, do that. Once it gets easier, take the subtitles off. Yeah, if you are going to stick with it, if that is going to be a good show for you to watch until the end, it's a great way to learn English.
Now I'm going to have to check it out.
Question. What's the difference between plant and transplant? Okay. Would you like me to take this? I feel like
Sure.
I'm speaking too much.
I know how I would say it, but.
Okay. Would you like to try?
Well, planting, like if you're going to plant something from a seed, that would be you would put it in the ground, plant it, and it would grow from a seed, from like the very beginning, like from just a little seedling. Where he had a transplant, they took hair that had already grown, kind of basically cut it or removed it from this part of his head, and then transplanted it and put it right here. It was already hair that had grown. It wasn't from a seed or a follicle.
Yeah, perfectly said. And the same can actually be done with plants. You can grow a plant inside while it's young, fragile, and then you can transplant it outside. So transplant in English literally means movement or change. Anytime you see trans in English, think movement. So trying to think of other transient. If somebody is transient, they don't have a house.
Yep.
They move from place to place.
We have something in our car that's called a trans pass that we have in our car. So when you go through tolls, when you're moving, it takes the money out of your account. So it's something that whenever you're moving and going through a toll, it takes that money out.
Yeah, I was thinking of like Trans-Siberian Railroad? We say it in English. It's a railroad that goes across Siberia. Trans-Alaskan Highway. Isn't that one?
I don't know.
Trans-Alaskan. We have a big state in the United States, Alaska, and I believe they have a road that goes through most of Alaska, the Trans-Alaskan Highway. Whoa, 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 hey, whoa, whoa. Jamie is so beautiful. Hang on.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, easy now. Easy now.
My glasses on sweater.
That's very kind. Thank you, Marcella. All right, teacher. It might sound like a strange question. We get strange questions all the time. Don't worry. Fatima. Might sound like a strange question, but do you put kohl to your eyes? Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is.
How do you say
kohl? It's Kohl.
Is it
kohl?
Should it be COAL?
I don't know. Maybe eye makeup. Do you have? I don't have any eye makeup on, but did you put on eye makeup?
I do, but I don't. Some people put like cold cucumbers or cold compressions, like if you have like puffiness in your eyes, or if you have like some redness, or if you didn't sleep well the night before, cold can kind of like take down the puffiness.
But I don't know. It seems like a German way to spell it.
Yeah,
like kohl is a last name, a German last name
I would
that we
have
know.
to look that up.
Yeah, but I guess what do you put on your eyes right now? Like you have eyeliner.
I don't have eyeliner on. No, I just have mascara on and a little bit of eyeshadow. I do concealer underneath because I'm almost 50, so I need it.
All right. Next question here. Dennis, thank you so much. Which word in the English language has the most meanings? Maybe set. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Those little words like set and get, it could be set. Yeah, they are so difficult for English learners.
Yeah.
Because
we will the table, movie set,
tea set. We use so many English phrasal verbs. Set up. Yeah, it could be. Get is another tricky one. Take is another tricky one. Run is another tricky one. So it's in the conversation. That means it's one that we could talk about meaning, having the most meanings. Yeah. I feel bad for English learners because we just make up English phrasal verbs. Yeah. Take out, take up. I think I'm going to take up the drums.
Yeah.
It could mean I'm going to bring them upstairs, or
Right.
it could mean I'm going to.
Try them out.
Yeah, exactly. My question, Chris, which city in Turkey was your favorite? Okay, mine is Bodrum. I only went to Istanbul. So, I mean, I would love to go to Cappadocia. I would love to take Jamie there. I've heard it's a little expensive. What's the one on the coast that starts with an A? That would be a great city, but Istanbul was amazing. So I only know one. I've only been to one in Turkey, and that's Istanbul. Hafiz, welcome. How do you have Netflix suddenly? Okay. What?
We haven't just had it suddenly. Our daughter has had it, so that's how we have it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Okay, so what that would mean is like, we have Netflix now, is I think what I said, which means
no,
we
you
are.
said suddenly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like It
Okay.
just showed up out of the blue.
Well, it means that we haven't had a subscription to it. So when you say you have Netflix, that means you are paying for a subscription that month. So like we just got a new subscription to a streaming service called Peacock so we can watch all of the Olympics. So sometimes we save money and we won't have that subscription.
Yeah.
But it was news to me that we had Netflix. You can say that. Like if something happened and you didn't know it, and now you know it suddenly, you can say, well, that's news to me. We probably have a couple other subscriptions we don't even know about that we're paying for, right?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
not too many. All right, Uzman, thank you for another question. Are you planning a lesson with Bob the Canadian? I am looking forward to it. Well, we just had a lesson. So if you would like to check out my channel, I have a whole playlist. I think 6 lessons with Bob the Canadian. You can go over to his channel because I think he has the same amount, maybe more. He also has some lessons on his shorter channel, Bob's Short English Lessons. So between those 3 channels, there are probably 12 or 15 lessons with Bob the Canadian. Always good to get together with Bob the Canadian. All right, Hafez, nice seeing some friendly faces. Yeah, I recognize a lot of names in the chat. Ooh, Andreas, how do you stop translating in the mind when speaking? What do you both recommend? All right, I have a standard answer for this. It's all part of the process. So there was a time when you were learning English that you would not be able to understand most of what we were saying now. And hopefully you can. Keep working at your English. The more you speak, the more you listen, the less you will have to translate in your head. So I don't think I can give you a tip for that. I think it just requires more and more work. So congratulations on hopefully understanding most of what we said. Then maybe this time next year, you will be able to translate in your head less. Right, keep up the good work. Hafez, Cappadocia is his favorite. Yeah, I would love to take you to Cappadocia. All right, Mariposa, good to see you in here. Transformation. It's another way for like change, transformation. I was thinking about as we age, we transform. I will use a positive example, but like if you start working out, if you start eating better, you could go through a transformation where you're a little thinner, a little more fit. All right, Elaf, teacher. Nowadays, I listen a lot, but I don't speak a lot. Do you think my English will be improved in this way? Absolutely. I think the best thing you can do for your English is to listen a lot. We will be here for an hour speaking and reading a lot if you can. But listening is one of the best things you can do. You can do it on your way to work. You can do it while you're doing chores. You can do it while you're working out. The speaking, though, is just like anything else. To get better at it, you have to do it. And it can be a little expensive finding a tutor that you can have conversations with, but you do need to work those muscles of your mouth when you speak English. But if you can only do one thing, listen a lot. Hope that helps. All right, Jamie, I think this is because I feel like I'm talking too
Well,
much.
I couldn't have answered that question because I'm not an English teacher.
Okay. Brigitte, how long is the summer vacation in the US? And is it the same in all states? Great question.
Not long enough.
Right.
I think Maine has one of the longer. I mean, it used to be a true 3 months. Where my son goes to school, his is a little over 3 months. Colleges are 3 months, but public schools and some private schools are not even 3 months. So we have about 2.5 months off, and that's about the same. I would say that's probably the same around the United States, about 2.5 months.
Yeah, in Maine, we get out of school a little later than some other states. We get out in the middle of June. Some states will end at the end of May, and they start back at the beginning of August. We start back really towards the end of August. Do you go back August?
Teachers, yes.
Yeah.
Students always come back after. We have a holiday in September. So students, well, in the southern part of Maine, always come back after that holiday. I think your students actually start back before then.
I think so, yeah. So even within the same state, there might be like a few days difference. Mega, thank you so much for being a channel member. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link. You get your name in green. You get bonus lessons every week. Jamie, ma'am, coal is the black one you wear on the water line of your eyes.
Oh, okay.
So
yep.
in English, we would not say coal. We would say
we just call that eyeliner. Yeah,
eyeliner.
I've heard the water line. Some people here in America do black, or they actually do white. I have done the white before, but I have very, very, very sensitive eyes. So anytime I try it, my eyes water really badly. So I'm not able to do the water line, or I think they also call it tight line. Maybe the top is the tight line. I'm not able to do that.
Okay. I'm learning something here. Okay, we have more. Oh, she meant eyeliner. Okay, an Arabic word. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. A lot of coal is the soot of burnt almonds? Sounds very natural.
I'm pretty sure the stuff that I use is not as organic as burnt almonds.
Okay. And she says it has medicinal properties. It's a great word to know.
Yep.
Adjective, describing something that can help you, like that has medicine that can help you. Yep. Medicinal. All right. Afayez is wondering, do you believe in ghosts? If yes, any stories?
I do not.
I don't think so. That doesn't mean that when I'm tired at night and I walk into the bathroom that I'm not afraid. You know, a ghost might pop out, but I'm not afraid of ghosts. I mean, I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm a little afraid of ghosts.
That doesn't make any sense.
No?
No.
All right, Mahmoud from Mauritania. Great to see you together. It's been a while. Yeah. All right, so we are getting a little behind in the chat, but I am looking without my glasses. Look at that. Emmanuel, Brazil, listening to you both while working out. Love it. I'm from Pakistan. Love it. I would like to visit Pakistan one day. Karachi, Islamabad, Lahore. I am an 18-year-old, and I've been learning English for the last 7 months.
Very nice. Good job.
But I'm not fluent. No. Because I'm not sure what you speak. Maybe you speak Arabic or Dari, but whatever language you speak in Pakistan is going to be very different from English. So 7 months is not a long time. Keep working hard. Yeah, you won't be fluent for a little while, but keep working hard. It's impressive. It's harder if you speak Arabic as a first language or Dari to learn English. They're very different. French and English, Italian and English, Dutch and English, they're very close. So it might take you a little longer, but keep up the hard work. Michael, thank you. Kohl is a German word for cabbage. Interesting. All right, Mahmoud. It's really fun to watch all of your videos. You and Bob. Yeah, it was a good time.
Very good.
It's a good time. It's always, as I said earlier, it's a little harder to film with another person, but it's always more fun to film with another person. All right. Cool. Okay, so we have Urdu and Hindi. Okay, in Pakistan, Urdu. Maybe you do speak Urdu in Pakistan. Very similar to Hindi, just a different written language. Does the hair transplant hurt? Great question. The operation was 8 hours, like I said, and I would say that less than 2 minutes of the whole thing hurt. So overall, it didn't hurt really that bad. After I had some pills, we call painkillers in English. So they helped with the pain. No, overall, I would say not a lot of pain. But my translator said when I was getting shots in my head, she said most men are screaming out in pain right now. You don't feel a lot of pain? I said, yeah, I mean, it's painful, but not painful enough for me to scream out. So if you do have pain during your transplant, I think it would be a short period of time. Oh, Freddie, how did we forget translation?
Oh,
Of course,
yeah.
right?
It's a good one.
Yeah, going from one language to the next. Somebody just said translating in their head when they speak English. Oh, Emmanuel, Jamie, Brent, how did you like being in my city of Rio de Janeiro? We never made a video about our experiences. We wanted to make a video talking about our
No.
thoughts of Rio. So, would you like to?
I really enjoyed it. We didn't venture out into the city too much. We went to a mall. We actually went out to dinner one night. That was really, really good. The dinner when we went out. The drinks were good. The pizza and the appetizer was very good. I love the acai bowls. Is that right? Did I say that right? That was
think you did, yeah.
love those. What was the place we went to dinner to twice? I think it's we call them chain restaurants here.
I think there are a few. I
Yeah.
can't say it. I follow them on Instagram. Jalkina, maybe.
Yeah, that was an excellent restaurant. We actually went there twice because it was right near our Airbnb, and it was very good. Nice atmosphere, excellent service, excellent food. It's we went in kind of a downtime, like we didn't go in like a really busy time, and I highly recommend that. I don't think I would have liked it if we had been in really really big crowds. So it was nice that it was kind of in the downtime when the beach wasn't super packed, the sidewalks weren't super packed, the places we went, it was just easygoing. I enjoyed it.
Would you go back?
I would go back. Yep. At the same time, I would actually go back at the exact same time.
Yeah, so we went in the middle of April. So after, Carnival, February would have been crazy.
Yep.
It would have been very hot. So yeah, we went during a time where less touristy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I agree. I would go back as well. All right. So I don't know. Is that
I can't see what it says.
might be Korean? I'm not sure. But hey, welcome. Shea. Do your real students know that you are famous on social media and have followers? Well, I wouldn't say I was famous on social media, but they do know, most of them know that I have a YouTube channel. And some of them watch because now all of my students are learning English as a second language. So some of them will watch my videos. So yeah, most of them do. Thanks, Shea, for the question. Right. I'm going to skip down a
No, I
little
gotta get
further.
behind it.
Yeah, a little further here. Can you recommend Prepay or italki to get more practice in talking? I have used it with my Italian italki. Yeah, it can be a little expensive. If you get lessons or conversations with a native English speaker, it's probably going to be a little more expensive. But I would check the reviews first before you hire a tutor. That's what's great about italki is that you can read the reviews to see if they are a good tutor or not. So yeah, but finding a speaking partner often, like you have to spend money often. Hello Talk is an app where you can find someone to speak with. Maybe you could do a language exchange if somebody is trying to learn your language. Let's say you are a Spanish speaker. You find someone who is a native English speaker looking to speak Spanish. You could do a language exchange. For 1/2 hour, you speak English, you get to practice. For the other half hour, you speak in Spanish, they get to practice. So, all right, Dennis, I don't think I know this question. What do the letters in the acronym ZIP mean from zip code?
Oh,
I have no idea.
I don't either.
We say zip code a lot. I would think most native English speakers have no idea. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about looking it up because I just don't think it would. I don't think it would help us. We always use zip code. And the only time you really need to know zip code is if you are sending a letter to a city, town. Some big cities have multiple zip codes. The city we live in, so small, we only have one zip code. Thinking Z is zone. Is it? No?
No, it just means that the mail is going to travel really fast. It's going to zip from one place to the other.
Interesting. Okay.
There is really no, that's the only thing it means, zip.
All right.
That's what we say. I'm going to zip down to the store really fast. That's the only thing. That's how they came up with it. Google's great.
Interesting. So not an acronym at all.
No, it's not an
So
acronym.
the Z doesn't stand for anything. The I doesn't stand
Nope.
for anything. Interesting. Okay. Question here. Roshan, teacher, do people in there learn the Nepali language? No, I don't know anybody who is learning Nepali. So no. Sri Lanka. Anyone else from Sri Lanka? Love it. I would love to visit Sri Lanka one day too. Kandy seems like a great city. Colombo, I believe, is the capital. All right, how is everything going? Oh, always nice to listen to you speaking. I love your lessons. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Right. Emmanuel. Be back and see what Rio has more to offer. Great to hear that you both enjoyed. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The people in Rio, so nice.
So nice.
Right? So nice. Everybody we met was so nice, except for that one lady in the airport. But hey.
Oh, yeah.
But
That
hey.
was. Were we in Rio at that point?
No, we were in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
But hey, one out of the thousands that we met.
That was, and she worked at the airport.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I didn't understand it, but it's okay. Okay. We did that one. All right, we get it. We might have missed a few questions. So if we did, feel free to leave them in the chat. No way. Marcus, is that true? Kamala in Finnish means terrible. Kamala.
It's not good. We won't let her know.
So Freddie did guess as to what the acronym might mean. This is a good guess. Zone Identification Post. It could.
That would make sense, but
Yep. Apparently no. Hafez, speaking of malls, speaking of mails, is there an address or P.O. box? Oh, if you would like to send some gifts to us. No, I don't have a P.O. box or an address that you could send to right now, but maybe in the future I will. But Hafez, thank you so much for offering to send some gifts. It's very kind of you.
very nice.
Usman, what would be your advice if someone wants to take an English test like the TOEFL? Um, it depends. Why would you need it? So, if you are taking it to become a teacher of English and you need to pass a test to show that you have that level, yep, I would do that. If you need it for your job, yep. If you're just curious, hey, am I A2? Am I B1? Yeah, so it's up to you. I know it's expensive, and they're going to ask you the four different disciplines of English: listening, reading, speaking, and writing. So it just depends. If you need it for your job, well, of course.
Gosh, I don't know if I could pass it.
No, it's pretty tough. Our students who are English language learners, every year they have to take a test. It's called the access test. And I think some native English speakers would have a hard time. Yeah. What is the most thing we should take care about as learners? Kazim, I always say just whatever you like best. So if you like reading, do a lot of that in English. If you like crime dramas in your own language, try to watch those in English. Just do whatever you would do for the longest amount of time because you like it. Do that. Okay, good question. Hafez, I like this. I already know Jamie's, but I would like you to go first. Jamie, favorite Olympic sport that you look forward to watching? Hafiez says, I love watching the gymnastic events. Go Simone Biles.
Yeah, I love watching the gymnastics. Swimming is another one. The diving is really, really one of my favorites too, especially the ones that are super, super high. Um, the mountain biking this morning seemed a little boring.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like yeah, I would say gymnastics is probably my favorite.
And I think I did do an English lesson on the Olympics. You can check that out if you would like. Just search Olympics English with Brent. And I thought that Americans like the sports that we are best at in the Olympics. So I agree. Gymnastics, we usually do really well.
Yeah.
Swimming, we usually do pretty well. Although this year, I think we might be down in swimming.
Yeah. And Simone Biles, I think might have gotten hurt in warm-ups. I saw that pop up on my alerts this morning. So
Oh, really?
you might want to check that out. I'm not sure. I didn't get to read it, but you know the news. I mean, they could be like, pumping up to get like people to watch to get views, or I don't know.
Those
But
clicks, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how true that is, but that's a little nerve-wracking if that's the truth.
All right. Chris is wondering, do you read self-development books? If yeah, your favorite authors? No, I really don't. There's a guy on Instagram, I forgot his name, but he is kind of he's kind of like a motivational speaker guy. He's really good. I was just watching him, but I probably can't find him right now. So, no, not too much. Not too much. Oh, whoops. Freddie, we missed your question. Lots of questions. Few more minutes here. Yeah, we've been doing this for almost an hour. It's been fun.
Yeah,
Every time
for sure.
we do it, it's been fun. Okay, so this is a long one. It's almost covering our face. 2.5 months without school. Isn't that too long for the students? Might they forget too many things during that long period? Okay, and the teacher's vacation is about the same in France. Hey, Freddie, French. Been watching the Olympics, and France is doing very well. France, I saw them beat Fiji in men's rugby. We were watching mountain biking. The race wasn't over yet, but they had someone in first place and third place. So it helps if you are hosting the Olympics. What do you think, Jamie? Is it too
I
long?
mean, I do. I like for subjects like math, especially math and learning a language. I do think it's too long. I know at my school, and I know a lot of schools in our surrounding areas, a lot of students actually go to summer school, especially when they're younger, to make sure they keep up with those. A lot of schools get grants, so kids can come for a couple of hours a day. Students that have like specialized learning plans get what we call extended year services. So they definitely can go in the summer if their parents agree to it, where they don't have, that's part of their education plan. We've seen quite a few buses in our neighborhood taking kids, picking them up and taking them to school. My school ran a bunch of camps. We got a huge grant where we did a lot of camps. I did a sports camp. There was reading camps. There were writing camps. There were science and math camps that kids could sign up for if they wanted to. So I do think, though, for math and especially for learning a language, 2.5 months is, we call it the summer slope.
I was going to say summer slide.
Summer slide, summer slope. Yeah.
Interesting.
A lot of times when kids come back in September, you're doing a lot of reviewing, catching kids up and things like that.
Yeah, I would agree. Jamie mentioned grant. If you have a question about that, it means money that people paid in taxes, but the federal government will give it, like the government in Washington, D.C. will give schools grants sometimes, and that's money they can use towards education. It would be educational grant, it's called. Yeah, 2.5 months is a long time.
Yeah.
So we have that thing called the summer slide, which like they will not do as well. They forget a lot of things. Summer slope, I had not heard of that.
Yeah. I encourage you, if you do have children, make them read every single day in the summer. Buy those math workbooks. Make your kids do those. It's busy work, but it keeps their brain working and on those skills, especially math skills. So
yeah, Jamie, you were very good about that. When our kids were young, couple hours a day, maybe an hour a day, just like trying to reinforce those skills. All right. Radwa, thank you for the nice compliment. So it's great to watch you live. It's useful. I feel a bit lost because there are many resources, many videos about methods and techniques to learn English. Could you recommend a plan?
Simple. Keep it simple.
Absolutely. Keep it simple. Watch lots of English teachers on YouTube. Of course, I would love for you to watch my videos, but Bob the Canadian is a great English teacher. English with Lucy, English teacher Mike. Try to follow other English teachers so you hear how they speak. But until you get to the point where you need to start speaking, you can do that for free. And like Jamie said, keep it simple. I don't like grammar. I don't think you need a lot of grammar to learn English. It depends. If you are going to be working at a job that requires you to write in English, well, then you will need grammar. But if you just want it to have conversations at work or with friends, yeah, grammar, maybe not. Manual, how's the weather in Maine right now?
Looks beautiful today.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
We've had a good summer weather-wise.
Yeah.
Not too much rain.
It was hot. It was hot the humidity. I just don't do well with the humidity anymore, but now that the humidity's broke, it's beautiful.
Yep, I would agree. Chris, thank you for the question. What do you think about artificial intelligence or AI? What will happen for our next generation? Jeez, that's a tough question. The question I don't really like to think about, but it's something that we need to embrace. AI or artificial intelligence isn't going anywhere, and it's getting better and better every day. A lot of the jobs that we have now, I think, will be replaced by AI. I don't know. What do you think, Jamie? Any thoughts?
We use it as a tool in our house. I know you use it quite when you're asking questions about all sorts of things, cooking, traveling. There's all sorts of things. It's I don't know. It's kind of like, when the internet first came out, like you had all the answers at your fingertips. So I mean, it's a great tool. Yeah, I guess I'm indifferent.
Okay. Yeah. And another way I look at it too is like, when even when books first came out hundreds of years ago, parents were like, oh, it's going to rot your mind reading. Television or radio, when it came out, oh, you're wasting time listening to the radio. So it will probably be one of those things that we just have in our life, and it's not dangerous. It's not going to ruin society, but it's a little scary to think about.
I would encourage, what I would say is that people who are going to school or when they're thinking about a career path, I would think of something that cannot be replaced by AI, picking a career path that can't be replaced by AI.
Right. I would ask AI to give me some jobs that they will not take over in 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
All right. Fatima says if anybody wants to do a language exchange, she can teach Urdu and practice English. Very nice offer. Hello. Oh, could you tell me when to use ma'am and sir?
Well, in the United States where we live now, people don't like you to use ma'am or sir. That was really hard for me when I moved to Maine because in the southern states where I lived, if you didn't say ma'am or sir, you were being disrespectful. It didn't matter the age. It didn't matter who I was brought up. You always say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, all those things. Here now you just say yes and no, because if you say yes, ma'am, to somebody who is close in your age, they feel like you're treating them as an older person. So I feel like, though, if you're being polite, use it. And if somebody gets mad at you for using it, that's something personal that they have going on. So I would say use it whenever you want.
Yep, I would agree. For women, you would say ma'am. For guys, you would say sir. Yeah, it's a tough one. I still say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I say it a lot. I lived in the South. We're talking Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, that area of the country, the South. I lived there for like 7 years, and a lot of people in the military will still say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. So, Dennis, what does anti-penultimate mean? Any examples? Anti-penultimate. I have no idea. I have no idea. I know that penultimate means the second to last of something. Don't know when you'll ever need to know that. And anti in that way, no, I don't know. I wouldn't worry about that word too much. Anti-penultimate. Could be the third to last. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. But as I always say, if we as native English speakers who have been speaking English for 45 years or so, if we don't know it, there's a good chance you don't need to know it. Freddie Wolf dropping that super chat. I appreciate it, Freddie.
Thank you.
He has been a long-time channel member, very supportive. Freddie, thank you so much. Here's a little something for you.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat.
All right, Freddie. Thank you so much for that. I think we are almost done, right? It is past 10 o'clock. What do you think? Make this the last one?
I have no idea what time it is. I can't see.
Okay, yeah. We've been here for a little over an hour, so
it goes by so fast.
It does, yeah. Hopefully this has helped you.
Good questions today.
Hopefully this has helped you with your English. You can always watch this on replay, but it's a pretty natural conversation that we have been having. All right, let's end with Mega here, okay? In our country, while answering attendance in class, students sometimes say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. So there are some native English speakers in India, and if that is the way you are being polite to your teachers, continue to do it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Often when I'm on the phone and hopefully I guess correctly that person is a man or a woman, but I will, without seeing them, I will often say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, in my more formal conversations. All right. We didn't get to every question. There are still a few, but maybe before school starts,
Yeah, we'll do it one
we
more
can do
time.
this
Yeah.
in the fall.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us, Filippo. Thank you so much for the
Thank
super
you.
chat. Freddie Wolf, thank you so much for the super chat. Any final words, Jamie?
No, this was fun. Thanks
Okay.
for having me. It's good to see everybody. It's been a while. Always fun.
Always a pleasure. Maybe you can do a solo one.
Maybe,
at some
yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Adios, amigos.
Bye, everyone. Be good.